Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Tuesday card in this week's tarot story. Today we have a major arcana card, so it's a big life lesson, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune basically tells us that we are part of a very large, multi-pieced universe, and we are not the center of that universe, okay? Which means there's lots of things happening that are not in direct relationship to us, which means that everything that happens to you is not about you bringing it on, you causing it to happen. Like some things are happening separately from our individual will. That doesn't mean that we don't have a response. We are in charge of the response we have to what happens to us, but we're not always bringing it on. So that stands a little bit in challenge to the idea of the law of attraction, which is like you're in charge of everything that comes your way. Not necessarily. There are things that happen that are sort of below our consciousness level or beyond our pay grade. And so we're cooperating with a universe that has lots of things happening at once. But when this card is upright, it often suggests that things are sort of moving our way right now. That means the timing is okay. Nothing's really blocking you. Nothing's working against you. The pathway is open, which I think is interesting because yesterday's card was the Ace of Wands reverse. And we talked about how that might suggest that we're in the middle of something, doing something, but we're getting stuck. And maybe we're looking, because we're feeling restless, because we're getting stuck, we might be tempted to divert our attention somewhere else, to kind of look at something else, get interested in something else in order to use up some of that energy. But if we do that, of course, we're diffusing our energy and we're not continuing in the path we've already begun. So a lot of times people will tell me that the timing just isn't right for something. And that can be true, okay? But I always push on that a little bit because oftentimes when we get stuck, we don't realize we're the one in charge. We're the ones in charge of what is sticking us. That sometimes the timing isn't right for things, but it feels very different when the timing is pushing back at you rather than an obstacle. And that's part of the subtlety of walking the path. As you begin to learn, there are times when as you push, the universe pushes back. And that feels different. And then you have to agree to that to some degree. Okay, it's just not the right time. And you have to learn how to agree that sometimes it's reversed on you and you have to agree. But I never do that first. First of all, I push forward because my assumption is that if there's something stopping me, it's maybe my own block. So I want to push into that block to find out what it's about and see if it's stuck. Now, if I can't get it to move, I assume we're stuck. And I just have to wait for something to change, right? But a good portion of the time, what's got us stuck is not the universe. Nothing's working against us. We just don't realize we've got a block. So it's worth exploring. It's worth spending the time to think on it, reflect on it, contemplate on it, have a friend help us look at it. It's worth to see what is it that's got me stuck. And not just to sort of agree, oh, the timing is bad for this. Because when someone's always saying the timing is bad, the timing's not always bad. That's not true all the time. So if someone's always saying the timing is bad, I really have to push on that a little bit and say, no, the universe is not just constantly at odds with you. That's not what's happening. There's probably something else happening, and we want to find out what that is. So because this card is upright, it sort of confirms yesterday's card. Of course, I looked at them together, so that's why I read them this way, is that nothing's blocking you, nothing's stopping you. If you're experiencing a stuck spot, it's in you, which means you have the authority to move it. That's today's card. See you tomorrow for our next one. Bye.